Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and our Marvel Cinematic Universe countdown to Avengers Endgame continues with the next film, and that is Ant-Man. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I put out videos daily. You can also find me over Twitter and Instagram at Movie Guy 365. Alright, so post Avengers Age of Ultron, we now have Ant-Man. As you can see here, I have the 3D Blu-ray. Now, this was also available in a steelbook. Believe it or not, this is the only steelbook I do not own in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that was, available in that time. Just weirdly, circumstances happened with that one. I just couldn't get my hands on the steelbook, but I did manage to get the 3D edition. At any rate, I love this movie in 3D. I think it looks fantastic. It's almost preferred, in my opinion, to the 2D version. It's very immersive, and I actually feel strongly that this, out of both Ant-Man films, this definitely has the best presentation of 3D. It just feels. I love the miniature effect that Marvel implements in using Ant-Man. It just looks fantastic, and it's a worthwhile experience. Definitely worth seeing in 3D if you haven't. But yeah. It's readily available. You can still get it out there. You probably have to, pull a few strings because, these get harder to find, as time goes by. But I would recommend the 2D in this or the 3D in this circumstance. It just looks fantastic. So, as for the movie itself, this one I feel it has a weird cloud hanging over it, and a lot of it has to do with Edgar Wright. And apparently, he had this complete vision as being the original director, what to do with Ant-Man. And of course, the whole thing, he just walked away from the project, and then Peyton Reed took over. Look, I like Edgar Wright, and I appreciate his filmmaking. Things like Scott Pilgrim and Shaun of the Dead, or Shaun of the Dead is one of my favorites. It's my favorite Edgar Wright film. But at the same time, I do feel that Marvel missed out on a good opportunity with telling that story, and I think they wanted more of a connective to the Marvel Universe story, and I don't think, Edgar Wright was necessarily on board with that. But for whatever reason, he did walk away. Peyton Reed came in, and he's very, as far as filmmaking goes, he's kind of paint by numbers. There's nothing really inspiring about his style, and that's a shame. But I feel that the visuals, and I actually really do enjoy the story for what it is. I do like Michael Douglas, of course, as Hank Pym, Evangeline Lilly as Hope. Paul Rudd, come on. I mean, inspired casting. I would say out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he's in the top 5 of perfect roles, for the actor, as far as that goes. I really do enjoy the movie. I don't think it's phenomenal, but I do like it. I think it's a mid-tier film. There's nothing really wrong with that. Not every Marvel Universe movie has to be like, Infinity War or Endgame, that kind of level. But is it enjoyable enough? Is it good? And I feel it is. We'll never know really what Edgar Wright's vision was, but I think it unfairly gets, put onto Ant-Man. I think that the final product suffers because, there was that whole stigma attached to it. But I still enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed, Cross at, / Yellow Jacket as the villain. I thought he was very, very good. I wish we could have gotten a little bit more of that, that fight in that. I think he could have done that earlier in the film. That might have brought things a little bit better to, like, the overall mix. But, yeah, Ant-Man, I still feel is very, very good. It's a good, I would say, upper middle tier film as far as the Marvel Universe goes. It's fun. We get some references to the Avengers and that kind of thing, but there isn't, there's no real, anything to do with the cosmic side. Unfortunately, it's just kind of like, I think it works fine as a standalone. Not everything has to connect to Infinity War and Endgame, but kind of a little breather as far as things go. And of course, we get that again later with Ant-Man and the Wasp, which we'll talk about in a few weeks. But yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think it's very underrated. I would definitely put this on an underrated list, which look for that list coming this month as well. But yeah, it's a fun movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I actually do, as I said, enjoy this one a little bit more than Ant-Man and the Wasp. But I'll touch on that in a few weeks, as I said. So let me know in the comments, what do you feel about Ant-Man? I mean, come on, Paul Rudd is amazing, isn't he? Just awesome. Let me know. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos daily. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.